All right, let's get into the show. This was solely inspired by the terrorist that is Kirk Cousins. We've made a ban list.
Yes.
And some sports, some betting, some life, some culture, however we want to spin it. Because of what Kirk Cousins did as a 7.5-point favorite at home when the Falcons play way better. Their splits are way better at home and indoors as opposed to outdoors. He completely tanked our offensive player of the year. Bijan Robinson was not on the field. I think he had like 12 yards rushing in that game. It was a nightmare. And I was so angry at Michael Penix, but even more angry that Kirk Cousins was out there. Because you remember last year, bro, I feel like we were the only ones being like, he's fucking awful. But everyone's saying, dude, he has 15 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. It's like, yeah, he had 8 against Tampa Bay in 3 weeks. Like, his numbers are inflated. Mm-hmm. He's not playing well. And then you watch that quarterback documentary, and you're like, oh yeah, they were right.
Oh, it was really bad.
Yeah.
It was like, Michael Penix was going to take this over from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, there was no, there's going to be a smooth transition after a year. It was right off the bat, you're fighting for your job. And he is the number one person on this ban list. And that's, like you said, this is why we created it. He would be our founder, really, of the ban list, because we can no longer invest any money, time, resources into Kirk Cousins.
No, we cannot.
We cannot.
And I'm ready to set this list off because on my ban list, even though for week 9, there might trust me, and you know, trust me is 7-1 on the year, 24-6-1 overall. That sounds so good when I say it. It sounds so fucking good.
Sure.
The Dallas Cowboys outdoors are officially on the ban list. I can't do it. Can't coach them. Can't win with them. Just can't do it. Shout out to Mike Singletary. Just a way different team. You look at the games that they've played outdoors this year. Lost to the Bears. Didn't crack 20 points. They beat the Jets. Whoop-de-doo. Lost to Carolina. And then got smoked by Denver. When they play in Dallas, they've scored 40 points in all of their home games. They're just a team that is way better at home than they are on the road. They are officially on my ban list until proven otherwise. If you hear me say, yo, I like the Cowboys in this spot, and they're playing in Green Bay or they're playing in fucking Tampa, or anywhere outdoors, you got to check me on this. I need you to save me.
I will. And I figure I'll just follow suit, right? Teams that we can put on this ban list. There are other things on this ban list that we're going to get to, like that Nick said, that are life-related, football-related, sports-related in different regards. However, since you went with football first, I'm adding betting on the Panthers straight up or against the spread. They have now officially been added to the ban list. This is a team, Nick, that since I have started sports betting, I can confidently say I have never bet this team straight up or against the spread. The only way I've ever bet this team is in props. Shout out to Rico Dowdle going absolutely apeshit on your Cowboys. Full circle there, tying it in. Outdoors, in that situation.
Hold on. Revenge game. All
right. That's the only time that I'm putting a bet on the Panthers. The Panthers with Bryce Young. It's as terrible as it seems. What we saw with Bryce Young at the end of last year was false hopes. He just got his second career road win. And this week they're playing in sub 70-degree weather. When Bryce Young has started in games that are colder than 70 degrees, which isn't even really that cold, he's 0-4 straight up.
Wow.
I just don't like Bryce Young. And he has never beat a team on the road above 500. He's 0-7 in that spot.
Sheesh.
Yeah. This is a team that you cannot put any sort of money into straight up or against the spread. Just try to find ways to get creative on props. I could have possibly, found the loophole for that 1 week with the Panthers, because every other week has not been good. So they're added to the list. Cowboys outdoors, the Panthers in general, add them to the ban list.
I like it. We expressed our feelings about Bryce Young a couple of weeks ago, and then he rattled off 3 wins in a row, which was very appropriate. But he's hurt again. Okay, mine. I'm going to go into the NBA for this one. Ban list. I swear when I tell you, bro, I don't think I've ever gotten this guy right. Like, if I've bet his unders, he's had career nights. If I've bet his overs, he's left with a pinky injury or a back, or he got poked in the eye, twisted an ankle. Anthony Davis. This guy, man, like, talent-wise, a top 10 guy in the league from, like, his second year in the league until, honestly, maybe even now still. Like, he was a throw-in piece for the Luka trade. It's like, bro, he's incredible. But toe, pinky, thumb, hand, back.
Glass Bones Jones.
Yeah, bro. Concussion. Well, actually, concussion. Let me take that back. That's a serious one. But even, concussion in the NBA, elbow. It's always nagging. And then, he jams a finger in the first quarter. He has 7 points. They're like, oh, shit. Here he comes. And then he's out. It just happens so often, man. And then you think about it, like, the one time he was really, really healthy in his career, they ended up winning the title with the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, it was the bubble year. One of my friends is a big Laker fan, and he always says that they only won the title because of the pandemic, and he was able to rest for 3 months. So he didn't get hurt. So he comes back fresh and rested, and then he goes crazy for those,
ready.
30 games that they played in the bubble. So for me, I can't do it. Anthony Davis, I just can't bet on him.
It's a good one. That is a good one. I have no more betting ones. The rest of mine are life and just shit that I can't stand. I'll get to this first one.
Oh, yeah. Right? So tell me one.
Top of this, like, life ban list. 7-on-7 touch football on ESPN. 7-on-7 football in general. I can't do it. Like, I can't do it at all. We need to realize that although we are creating offensive monsters, that we see what has happened with Travis Hunter, and he's like a prime example of a 7-on-7 athlete that was just able to, create his own mold and be the first of his kind. And a lot of people are attributing it to 7-on-7. But you know what 7-on-7 does to the rest of the world and for football in general? It creates bad tackling and pussies. Because even in the 7-on-7 that I see, the lack of physicality upsets me, and it just doesn't set up football in the way that I love football. I love football for people that go 1,000 miles an hour and want to break their neck every time they hit somebody. You can't do that on 7-on-7. And I just want to ban it permanently because it's an epidemic. Defense, I'm worried that in defense in 5 years will not be the reason why championships are won.
I already think that
it's shifted.
Yeah. I think offense wins championships now. And you got to have a competent defense. But if you gave me the option, and let me ask you this. A+ offense or A+ defense? Which one would you prefer to have?
Prefer A+ offense.
Same.
But what happens is I feel like I need an A+ defense at the end of the day, just because being in shootouts, you're going to be in shootouts either way if you're not a balanced team.
Right.
Right?
Sure.
Like you know what I mean? But at the end of the day.
So I think of it like this, right? The Jets had Darrelle Revis all those years. Yeah, they went on those runs to the AFC title game. You look at guys like Patrick Surtain in the NFL right now. You look at guys like, I always shit on him. Sauce Gardner, and there's Myles Garrett, no show in the playoffs, that game against the Texans. I just think that there's ways that you can negate that. Where, like, if you have, I really think the Packers remind me of the Chiefs when they won the Super Bowl. Start airing it out. They got a stud tight end. They have, ready for this, a plethora of weapons. They got a ground game, good offensive line, smart offensive coach.
Mm-hmm.
Defense can make plays. They're opportunistic. Kicking game, a little questionable, but it reminds me of what we were talking about with the Eagles last year. It's like when the playoffs started, you remember? I'm like, yo, the only red flag I have on them is their kicker. And you're like, dude, if you need to highlight the kicker as the biggest issue,
they're fine.
They're going to be fine. Yeah. And they were plus 600 to win the Super Bowl at the start of the playoffs, and they did that. So for me, I just think that I don't know, man. It's just one of those things.
So yeah, and just
one of
to
those things for me.
Go back on this, I to clarify, 7-on-7 from the age of conception till 18, like prime football. We have to create a great tackling environment. That's why I feel like a lot of these rugby kids, which you don't see rugby played out here a lot, perfect sport to learn perfect form in tackling, but instead these kids want to play 7-on-7. It's not cool, bro. I've rarely seen defensive highlights. Every time you see it, it's a quarterback going absolutely apeshit and fade balls in the corner. Like, what are we teaching here? It's kind of just.
But you don't think a lot of the NFL has become very 7-on-7?
NFL is 100% physicality.
Yeah, but you can't hit as much as you used to.
It's no. I think that you, in order to win in the NFL, need to have the physical edge every single game. Like, there's no shifting off of that. You could be the flashiest, the fastest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you're not smacking a motherfucker, like, you're just not going to win this league.
I'm a multiple-time 7-on-7 Sunday football men's league MVP. So.
And by the way, you guys probably played way more physical than all these kids that I see.
Yeah, people got
on
popped.
These ESPN over the summer.
Yeah,
leagues.
Yeah, no, it's just funny when you see like on ESPN. It's a slow news day where it's like cornhole and fucking darts. It's like, bro, come on, dude. It's like when people tell me that competitive eaters are athletes. Come on, man. What are we doing with that? even like
stuff
like Formula One, they're not athletes. They're drivers.
Have you ever driven a simulator?
Yes.
Full force feedback? Like 100%?
No, we had a little simulator here in the studio during Formula One the first year that it was here. Red Bull brought it in, and it was lit. Like, the shit would fucking shake. Isaiah, you were here for that, right? You remember that shit was dope, bro. You would, like, feel...
I've done a simulator a house before in which I was able to get a steering wheel that gave me like 100%. Like, this is the way the car would feel trying to make this turn at that speed. I was like, respect afterwards, bro, because it's so much on the arms. And these are small guys too. Like, you can't be like a brolic guy. These guys are short and cut up. So I respect it. And they're, bro, anything that you can do where if you make one
mistake, you could die.
You miss a block, it is what it is.
Yeah,
this dude flies into the fucking stratosphere.
Sure. But I think, would you call me crazy if I feel like that's its own category? Like driving. Driving is its own category. To me, I think of an athlete as...
You should have to bet on it in the racing section, like how horse racing has its own thing.
Like its own tab.
Yeah, it's its own separate book.
Fuck with that.
Okay? I'll make... Yeah. That's where we could compromise.
Okay.
Because it should be there.
Yeah.
The fuck is it? Horses get their own section.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay. I have a couple more sports ones before we get into some funny shit.
Yeah.
Ban list. Any team in the AFC... playing Mahomes in the playoffs. I'm not doing it again. Last year I did it. I told you this once they got back to 2-2. I'm like, yo, they're going back to the Super Bowl. Find it hard to believe that they're not gonna. I think their offense looks like the Chiefs' offense that we once loved when he first got into the league. Yeah, Kelsey isn't as effective, but on 3rd and 4s, he's getting open. Got Rice, got Brown. Juju makes big plays. You got, who am I forgetting?
Pacheco. You got
Pacheco, Worthy. They got a lot of speed. Yeah, Gray also. And then Mahomes is doing it on the ground too. And even Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt scored 2 touchdowns on Monday. So they're just a well-rounded team. And in the playoffs, their defense is going to come alive. Playoff spags always.
They will always have the coaching advantage.
Yeah.
Always.
And I'm just I'm not doing it no more, bro. I'm happy that the team that I have a lot of conviction on is in the NFC, the LA Rams. I continue to not hear anybody talk about them. Every graphic about MVP. I saw a graphic that had Jordan Love on there for MVP and not Matthew Stafford. I'm like, all right, cool. Keep flying under the radar. Just leave us alone in LA. Leave us alone in LA. And I think it's Kansas City, man. I really do. Like they just.
I like how you made the caveat AFC.
Yeah. I'm talking about in the AFC.
I know. Because you're leaving it open to interpretation. Last year we fucked up. We were heavy on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because we were like, no way.
The year before that, I fucked up. I had Buffalo back-to-back years, fucked up on both of them. The year prior, the first time they beat the Eagles in the playoffs, that's the biggest bet I've ever made on a particular outcome of a game. I remember I won like 8 straight bets in the playoffs going into the Super Bowl. I put like $2,500 on the Chiefs money line. It was like a pick'em. That's a ton of money for me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like $100, $200 better if I really fucking like something. For me to do that, I just had the account kept building. I'm like, yo, fuck it. I'm not going to gamble.
You started realizing like this is it.
I'm like, yeah, why not?
March Madness isn't a little bit. I either hit big or yeah. Do you bet on March Madness?
Nah, not really, man.
It's kind of crazy.
I do. Shout out to Ryan and Sean. They do first half unders. Is like their thing, the SGPN guys. So I'll tell that. Anytime you see me bet an obscure sport that I don't bet, because a friend of mine like hit me up and was like, yo, bro, like
a little bit of conviction.
Yeah, like
we're just as people don't realize it's like we're just as gullible. You know what I mean? Like we're
for sure.
And maybe it's not gullible, but we're not like stuck in our ways.
No, but
except for the people that are.
But
on
let me give you an example, right? I'm not the biggest hockey fan. I can't tell you hockey line. Like I can tell you hockey lines, but I can't tell you like who's hot or who's playing well, all that shit. But if I have a friend of mine, like my buddy Dylan, is a massive hockey fan. I think he has so much potential in the space. He's just really lazy and he doesn't want to create content. I be pushing him all the time. But he'll hit me up. Bro, he's picked 4 of the last 5 Stanley Cup winners in like January.
Jesus.
So when he hits me up and he's like, yo, bro, I think it's going to be the Florida Panthers again. And I'm like, okay, throw $50 on it. Why not? Or he'll be like, yo, as a long shot, he's like, we might be back talking about the Rangers. He's a Ranger fan. And then the Rangers ended up going to a conference final. So, like, if you ever see me post something like that, it's not my research and analytics at all. If it's soccer, if it's UFC, a little basketball, a little football, I'm good. But if I was to hit you up, like, during the World Cup next summer, I'm like, yo, bro, bet these 2 teams to score.
Give me the picks. Hey, no. Give me correct scores, bro. Give me correct scores. I don't want this fucking phony plus 250 bullshit.
Yeah.
I want that 38-1, baby.
That 20K coming in. You know what I'm saying?
So that was a good one. I have another football one. Fly sweeps or any run play that goes east and west on 3rd and short or 4th and short. I can't do it anymore. I want every offensive coordinator to understand and realize that if it does work, you look amazing because usually it's like it could be a big play, right? However, when fly sweeps get stopped on short yardage plays, nothing makes the public more angry at a coach. And it puts you immediately on the hot seat. If in a crucial play you get stopped for a big loss because your ass decided not to run downhill. There's a lot of other things that I can add on this 3rd and 4th and short, but I thought about, Nick, like what infuriates me the most from offenses when they don't convert on crucial downs. And it's always it's the toss. It's the quick jet sweep. It's everything that it shouldn't be. Banned.
Can I add a little season into that too?
Yeah.
How about when teams take their best player off the field on a 3rd and 2 and a 4th and 1? Atlanta.
I can't, Nick. It's getting really tough to watch these Falcons.
Yeah.
It's getting really tough, and
bro, and it happened in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Literally 2 weeks ago, we were taking victory laps. Bijan had we called it the legacy game. They beat the Bills, called that also, took the points, called that.
And by the way, they still did it in that Bills game too. Bijan's going absolutely apeshit, and it's Tyler Algier out there alone on a third down.
Yeah.
Like late in the game. I don't give a hey, we're not resting him. We're trying to win a fucking award.
I don't get it, man.
The Falcons haven't had a winner in a while, and this is
Yeah.
This is why. We're trying to recreate the Julio Jones days, and you want to pull him out on third down.
Yeah, really, really stupid.
Fucked.
Really stupid. I have one more sport, and then I got a couple of fun ones about life.
Okay.
All right. Ban list. Any team involving James Harden. Can't do it. Last year, I thought the Clippers going into the playoffs, if you looked at their record, like post All-Star break, when they got Kawhi back and James Harden was playing well, you were looking at it like, yo, if they could get through Denver, they could go on a run. I had like a 60-1 on the Clippers. Nah, I'm good, man. He just, and I know he's at the tail end of his career. You know, he's still a great player. I'm just not buying that hype no more, man. I'm not buying hype teams with Embiid, even though the Sixers have been playing really, really well. Edgecombe and Maxey, it just seems like, yo, we're going to try to get 150 points every night because we're young and super duper athletic, and we're just going to run up and down, and that's what they're doing. And I fuck with that. But what happens when they bring in an Embiid again and a Paul George and they slow it down, and then they're shooting toward date numbers 4 of 13 and 7 of 21 from the field? I can't bet on teams with James Harden to win long term. It just he's made a shit ton of money in his career. Good for him. I love the Starting Five on Netflix, the new one. He's heavily featured. Learned a lot about him. Just can't do it, man. A ban list.
How funny would it be? And this isn't any reports, but we've been saying tour date numbers. You've been preaching this way longer than I have. And with everything that's been going on, I don't know. Was the mafia involved?
You never know, man. You
Who
do
knows?
not know. You do not know.
Big spots.
I just know that.
Literally the biggest spot it could be. Standalone playoff games.
Yeah, game 7s, game 6s, game 5s, 2-2.
Bro, I'm starting to get so into like the conspiracy weeds with it too, where it's like you had stated the last show where it's like the books know how much volume they should be getting on these games. And so if it's a game 7, 8 figures.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be too fishy. Interesting.
What other thing you have?
Swimming with a shirt on. Take your fucking shirt off. You're fat. We all know you're fat. Nobody gives a fuck. My best friends from high school, the Rose family, everybody over 300 pounds, bro. As soon as, we had a pool party, it was that one thing like when we were first friends in high school, like, all right, are they going to be those guys? They popped it off, right? Because they understood we don't swim with our shirts on. Everybody knows it. It just looks weird. Kids that go to the beach, unless you're an albino, I don't need you to have the SPF little swimming trunks on. Unless you're surfing, take it off. Like what are we doing? You're embarrassing yourself, if I'm being honest. You're the only person in the pool with your shirt on. It's weird.
It's weird.
Banned.
Yeah.
You'll never see my kid swimming with a shirt on.
Yeah.
Unless you get pushed into the pool. I know there's situations where it could happen, but if you get pushed into the pool with your clothes on and you stay in the pool, take your shirt off.
Just take your shirt off, kid.
Take your shirt.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Ban list for me. I apologize. I can't do it. I've tried. I can't date girls that got kids, man. I just can't do it, bro.
You're not ready to be a dad?
Nah, my first kid got to be mine. That's one of my rules.
That's a great rule.
I don't have no kids. First kid got to be mine. I can't do it, man. It's just weird to me. I invite a girl out. She's like, "Oh, I need a babysitter." I'm like, "Ah, cool. Good luck finding one." I get on Xbox, start playing FIFA. I just can't. I have so many friends, and like, I'm 34. I'll be 35 in March, right? And everyone's like, bro, everyone in your age group, like, these are the kind of girls you're gonna find. I'm like, for y'all. Like my NFL running backs, baby, 23 to 28. That's where the date range is on the apps. If we were on the apps, I'm not on the apps no more. I promised myself I'll never get on that shit again. But even some friends, they try to set me up, and she's like, oh, she got an 8-year-old, and I'm like, oh,
8
or 6 or
right.
whatever. It's just like, come on, man. I just can't do it. I apologize, ladies. Listen, I know I'm flawed. I get it. I watch Monday Night Raw still and SmackDown on Fridays. I totally understand. It's a preference. Are we allowed to have those anymore?
Oh, you're allowed to have preferences, Nick.
Yeah.
She chose her path.
Yeah. And I'm choosing mine.
And everybody could always, choose another path after they've gone down that path. And you just don't even want to establish the roads. So that's commendable. Because.
And I don't like playing games either, bro.
I will say, as a married guy, right? If I was single, I mean, it's got to be an automatic layup. If you're like, oh, well, let's do something all together. I get it. Not a lot of moms will let you meet their kids right away. But like, if you are a person that like approached it that way, I'm like, come on. Is this not, she's looking for a fucking dad. She's actively searching for a father. If you just gave half a fuck, like that's easy. That's the way I would think about it. That's bad.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the whole fuckboy era. I had my fun. I did it.
For sure.
Like now it's like, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want you to waste your time. I've met chicks. We have a mutual friend, I'll tell you off the air, but she set me up with one of her friends. Like we all went out. I went out to meet with her. She's like, yo, you're going to love my friend. Her friend. Great girl. As we're talking, we're at the bar. She's like, hey, I have a son. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. What's his name? In my head, immediately, I'm like, I am not talking to this girl again after tonight. And it was cool. And like, I wasn't a dick. I didn't sleep with her and then ran away. No. I just made it clear. I gave her a nice kiss goodbye, like a man, class act. I was like, look, I don't think this is going to work out. It's uncomfortable for me. I'm a big gaslighter. I'm like, I'm the problem.
Yeah. I have habits. Have you heard of sports gambling? People call it an addiction. You wouldn't want your son raised by a gambling addict. That's the easiest out right there, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to play into. I'm doing you a favor. You don't want me. That was a good one. Here, I'll add this onto it since we could rapid fire these like life ones, dude. Paying more than $5 for parking,
dude.
Banned.
I love my favorite restaurant is Barry's in Vegas. Shout out to Yassine. Shout out to Barry. They always bless it whenever I go there. Circa. Awesome casino, awesome establishment. If you're a sports fan, you got to go to it. It bothers me bad when I got to pay parking and I'm in there for literally 4 minutes. There was, for my birthday, my buddies came from back home. George missed my birthday dinner, by the way, so he don't remember this story.
I don't.
For my birthday, we all went out to Barry's, and as a gift, the 5 guys that came from New York, they all threw $100, and they gave me a $500 chip. And they're like, yo, happy birthday, bro. And I was like, sick. Do you guys want to gamble here? Like, nah, let's go back to the Wynn. I got them rooms at the Wynn, whatever. I was like, oh, fuck it. State of emergency. I'll just keep this for when shit gets difficult. About a month goes by. I was just like, yo, you know what? I got to go to drop off something for this girl I was talking to that was working at Circa. I go to drop it off. She meets me at the sportsbook. I hand it to her. I go to cash the chip at the window. Come back. I'm in there for 4 minutes. I paid $25 in parking. I still talk about this. It's been 8 months.
Yeah.
It just bothers me. I hate being hustled, bro.
The Wynn does a good job, 3 hours free. And that's as good as you, but when I say it's a good job, it's as good as you're going to get out here in Vegas.
Yes.
When in reality, like I'm saying, we're going to go spend lots of money inside this venue. Or at least that's what your job should be as a casino. make it as accessible as possible. $5, I would say in today's day and age, that's reasonable. People pay the parking meters everywhere. I can only imagine how much your family had to pay in meters, like for a day. Like what would that be?
What, in New York City?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you have no idea. To park commercial plates in Manhattan for my dad's coffee
What
truck,
was it? What was it?
It's $6 an hour. And then if you wanted to get the 2 hours, right, you'd pay $15. So my dad, because they're
promoting people like just paying for the 1 hour and then moving
Exactly.
so that way.
Exactly.
Oh
Keep people going.
my God.
So,
15.
traffic person comes by, they give you a ticket, or we have signs on the coffee truck where it's like, yo, coffee man, please just alert us. Most of them are cool. A little bribery, like, yeah, take a coffee and a donut, just thank you for the heads up. You want a bagel?
Right.
That's how we would get down to save a fucking $150 ticket.
True.
But dude, you get my dad normally needs about like $30 a day for fucking parking meters.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it sucks. Shout out to New York City though. That's all I got, bro. That's all I got.
Here was like an honorable mention for me.
Okay.
Basketball shorts that go below the knees. Just this is on my list. You know what I mean? I'm past like it just feels weird. Like if it goes too far past my knee, I can't do it. I'm not saying I'm wearing like fucking shorts.
You ain't wearing John Stockton's.
I'm not wearing those.
Nah, but you're not wearing the Fab Five also.
But I have upgraded to modern day fashion, and I just don't like the basketball shorts below the knees. Maybe it's basketball shorts below the knees in public. Like, if I'm at home and we're just loafing around, maybe that's not as bad.
Can I ask you a question now that you said loafing around? I get made fun of this all the time by Isaiah. I don't wear socks in my house. I'm barefoot.
Same, bro. I love the tile. It's cold. I don't have carpet.
Is it a white person thing? Is white people? Is it? John, you too? Are you barefoot or you're barefoot? No? God damn.
Socks? I don't know.
I'd
let them breathe.
I'm raw dogging in the crib, man. Well, boxers only, no shirt on. If company comes over, I'll throw on basketball shorts. Can't promise a shirt. No socks. Can't do it.
Yeah, but I'm also like not gonna wear sandals every time I move. Like Cameron is really good with the Roomba, so the floor is clean all the time. I love the automatic little robot vacuum. Greatest invention ever.
Yeah.
Literally the greatest invention. Oh, there's one thing before we move on from this. We had made a ban list, but there's one thing that's banned right now that I would like reinstated.
Okay.
Greyhound racing. I've been driving around the South and the Midwest for the last 2 years, going to all my brother's games, and I see all these arenas, or really outdoor stadiums, for greyhound racing, and they're all closed. And so what I wanted just to add to this is, since when did we start like really giving a fuck about animals? Like come on. We bet on horses.
Yeah.
We eat chickens, cows, every animal on the planet. They want to be winners too. People call Secretariat like one of the greatest athletes of all time.
Come on.
And so you're telling me that we're not going to have greyhound racing? Like where is our?
I would have more questions
on
if
this.
they've been calling Secretariat a great athlete since like the 80s or whenever the fuck he won the Triple Crown. I thought this would be like a 2025 thing where they're like, it's an athlete now.
Yeah.
We're identifying this horse as an athlete.
He did.
And it's like, come on, man, what are we doing?
Yeah.
That's worse than fucking. I'll call a competitive eater an athlete. I ain't calling a fucking animal an athlete. I can't. That I'm not doing.
What about a lightning quick greyhound on some PEDs with taped ankles?
No, it's an animal, bro. It's an animal.
Got it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I just want to see it.
If you're into it, cool. People are into certain things.
Reinstate the greyhound racing.
Why not? Let us know what's on your ban list in the comments. Tag us, and let's continue to build a list. Shout out to Kirk Cousins. You inspired a segment that went for about 40 minutes. Thank you very much.